Testing, testing. Welcome. Buenas tardes. I'm Carla Silvestre. I am the Board of Education President for Montgomery County Public Schools, and it's a pleasure to welcome all of you here today for today's exciting news. Before I begin, I want to recognize my fellow board members that are here. Lynn Harris, our Vice President. Grace Rivera Oven, representing District 1. Rebecca Smondrowski, representing District 2. Julie Yang, representing District 3. Shebra Evans, representing District 4. Brenda Wolf, representing District 5. Sammy Saeed, the student member of the board. I would also like to recognize Praneel Suvarna, who is here and who will be our next student member of the board. He will be our 47th student member and will be sworn in on July 1st. So we welcome you back here for that event. And welcome to the representatives of community organizations who served on the superintendent search interview panel. We are pleased that you could join us here today. In early March, we announced a nationwide search for the next leader of Maryland's largest school district. Our first step in that process was inviting our community to share the qualities they value in their superintendent. Our community voiced their desire for our future leader to be honest and trustworthy and to hold themselves and others accountable. They should work with a high degree of transparency, and they should value and embrace communication and engagement. Our highest priority is the success and well-being of our students and ensuring we are a district of academic excellence. After a nationwide search, we are pleased to announce that we intend to appoint an individual who embodies the quality this community highly values, and that is Dr. Thomas Taylor. Dr. Taylor has more than 25 years of experience as an educator, with more than 12 years in district-level leadership and 6 years as a superintendent. He is currently the superintendent of Stafford County Public Schools in Virginia and was named Virginia Region 3 Superintendent of the Year in 2024. In addition to his knowledge and skill as an educator, Dr. Taylor holds a doctorate in education from the University of Virginia and an MBA from the College of William and Mary. The unique marriage of an instructional leader with deep understanding of school finance is a powerful combination in a school leader. Dr. Taylor cares deeply about Montgomery County, where he was raised and educated. He recognizes the challenges facing MCPS and is ready to lead the district forward. The board will formally vote on Dr. Taylor's appointment as superintendent of Montgomery County Public Schools at our regularly scheduled meeting on June 25th. Dr. Taylor, welcome to MCPS. Please come forward for some welcoming remarks.
Thank you, Madam President, members of the board. I am so grateful to be here today, and thank you to the community members and staff and press who are here today to celebrate our very bright future together. First things first, happy summer. And congratulations to our graduates, our students, and staff for the successful completion of another school year. As someone who spent my entire K-12 experience in MCPS, I already know that this is a great place to live, work, and learn. Consequently, my family and I are thrilled to be returning to Montgomery County. I'm really excited to get reacquainted with our community and to make new relationships. I am confident that you will see and hear from me a lot, but please know that you can always count on me to do a lot of listening. I genuinely believe that every voice in our community matters, and though many voices that might have been overlooked or marginalized in the past will find a pathway to me. I am committed to providing that platform so that you can be heard. We may not always agree on everything, and that's okay, but I wanted to make it clear to everyone that you deserve a voice and to have your thoughts known in Montgomery County Public Schools. And I'm not only welcome those thoughts, but I will be very deliberate and intentional in seeking your input as we launch our new strategic plan. To that end, I know that you will find me to be a collaborative partner in this work together. Getting our kids from point A to point B is not the work of one individual. It's not the work of just one superintendent or the Board of Education. It's the work of all of us, working together as a team, a wide, deep, and diverse team. In short, it will take the best in each of us, staff, parents, community members, and leaders, to bring out the best in all of us by working together. Having done this for a while now, I know that working together is impossible without one ingredient: trust. We can only move at the speed of trust. So here's my big request for today. I humbly ask for the opportunity to earn your trust as we move forward. I know that this will take time and a lot of effort, but I also know that this effort is worth it because our kids are counting on us. Their respective futures are counting on us. I see the superintendent's role as someone who builds culture. I often like to say that it's my job to create the conditions for everybody to do their best work, whether they be staff members, whether they be community members, or students. The culture that I would like to create in MCPS is one of support, safety, mutual trust, mutual respect, and innovation. These are the things that are important to me and that you will see me model for others. In a sense, I'm not here to bring a wrecking ball to anything, but rather to preserve that which is working and enhance those areas that need improvement. And I'm going to give you an example. One of the things that I'm really proud of, and that we all should be proud of, is the rich history of academic excellence in MCPS. I am committed to building on this legacy and opening new doors for students. As proud as we are of this important accomplishment in history, unfortunately, that legacy of excellence also comes with a history of inequity. The experience of some students in Gaithersburg is wildly different than the experience of some students in Potomac. This is something that is real, and we have to name it, and we have to confront it together. And just because we've had some great success in some areas in the past, it doesn't mean that there isn't room for improvement now. I assure you, there's plenty of room for improvement. As a parent and as a teacher, I know that in addition to academic success, campus safety is a huge priority for all of us. I have a long-standing belief that schools have to address Maslow's hierarchy of needs before they can address Bloom's taxonomy of learning. That's shorthand in EduSpeak for saying we need to take care of our kids and their well-being before we can even address learning, and that's a primary mission of our school system. Despite some of our fiscal challenges, we are looking at our approach for safety and the multifaceted ways that we can improve in this space. Every child, every staff member, and every visitor to MCPS deserves to come to a safe and welcoming environment. As I've already mentioned, for us to find success in providing great opportunities and outcomes for all students, we must work together collaboratively. I would like to thank Dr. Felder, our executive staff, the staff of our schools, the board staff, and our hardworking school-based administrators and educators for all that they do and have done to position MCPS for success in the future. There's been a lot of effort that has gone into where we are today, and I can't wait to work with you and see where we are going to go tomorrow. I would like to thank the Board of Education one more time and the community panel that is here today and that was represented in my interview process for the tremendous opportunity to come home and serve my home community. That's certainly something special and not something I take for granted. So that I stay out of the doghouse, I also want to thank my wife for being here to support me. I'll see you in a few years. It was great. And to that end, I just want to say thank you all for being here and taking the time out of your busy schedules to be a part of this announcement and really to be a part of the launch of our great future together. With that, I know that we'll take a few questions from the media.
Hello.
Oh, there you are.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
On the position. I'm Kelly Lynn from WJLA TV. I've just spoken with a former parent of MCPS who's concerned about a couple of things. Primarily transparency in the school system. How will you make changes to improve that? Also, will you be capable of handling a budget as large as the one in this school system, considering what you've come from?
Absolutely, and thank you for that question. There's a couple of things. I would say that the two ingredients to building trust really have to do with transparency and then also some accountability. So I think that in the coming months, we're going to be looking very hard at the system structures and processes that are in place in Montgomery County and public schools and how we might foster systems, structures, and processes that support people knowing what's going on in their school community, and that we elevate that level of transparency. And candidly, when something doesn't go well, that we own it and that we hold ourselves accountable and that we're responsible for when things don't go well. I can promise everyone that there will be moments where things won't go well, but there will be a much more disproportionate number of things that will go great. So I think that holding some of those things in that balance will be a really important part of how we build trust and using transparency and visibility and engagement as part of that conversation moving forward. In terms of budget, I do have a background in finance. I do have some experience. I was an interim CFO while I was a deputy superintendent in Chesterfield County, which brought forward a $1 billion budget of capital and operating needs. I will say that that experience is scalable. Although my school system is smaller than Montgomery County's school system right now, a lot of the skills are transferable, and building a budget, the fundamentals don't change despite the size, and it is something that I'm actually looking forward to. I love a great challenge, and I know that there are challenges in this space.
Good afternoon, Derek Ward with Channel 4. Considering the circumstances that led to you coming here, what's your stance on accountability when there are these allegations or findings of misconduct on the part of principals, staff, things like that?
Well, I can only speak generally and not specifically to any personnel issues, obviously, because I wasn't involved in any of that. But moving forward, I would say we have to take everything very seriously. And I think in that seriousness and our look at how things come about, whatever the issues are, that we look at how our system is functioning, and we look at what our expectations are and how well we've communicated those expectations, and then what we're doing for follow-through that's actionable.
Hi, for Ms. Silvestri, can you talk about how many candidates were interviewed? What perhaps stood out about Dr. Taylor above the other candidates?
Yes, we were very pleased with the pool of candidates that applied for the position. This is my third superintendent search, first as a community member on the panel and then as a school board member. So I have perspective in terms of the great pool of candidates that we have this year. We were very impressed with Dr. Taylor's kind of joint skill set in terms of being an instructional leader an experienced superintendent, but also having that finance background. It was very important that we have that combination, and he embodies that. He also impressed us with his communication skills. Lots of reference spoke about his ability to communicate with staff, parents, students, and I know that's a big part of transparency is not only being open and accountable, but communicating what you are doing and the work ahead. So those are just some of the things that impressed us from his background.
Rafael Sanchez with WSA9. And Ms. Silvestre, same thing, you mentioned trust. What's the board's role now as we're moving forward or hearing from Dr. Taylor, obviously moving forward, but also how do you as a board help with this new role that he has and obviously getting the community together after some difficult months ahead?
Yes, the board's biggest, most important job is to hire the superintendent, to appoint them, to supervise them, and to support them so that they can be successful. We are the eyes and ears of the community in front of the school system, so we will continue to do that. The board supports Dr. Taylor 100%, so we're doing our appointment next Tuesday, and then our role will be what it always has been, which oversight, governance, supervision of the superintendent, supporting the superintendent, but also being the eyes and ears of the community before the school system.
Are there any other questions? Seeing no raised hands, I believe we're done.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Good job, boss.